welcome or welcome back to my channel. If you're new, my name is Courtney and I am currently going to be going over my giant stack of To Be Read books. Some of them I just purchased, some of them I've had for years, and I intended on reading them, and then I don't know what happened. It kind of just, I don't know, it just ended up on my bookshelf and I never picked it back up. But I am doing what all other book lovers have been doing recently because I think it's a great idea. Taking Christmas wrapping paper, wrapping them all up like Christmas presents, and surprising myself with them. And I guarantee you, after wrapping them, I'm gonna immediately forget half of them because I've had them on my shelf, a few of them on my shelf for years, and I forgot they were there. So hopefully I can get my TBR list way down before the beginning of 2023 because that would be pretty awesome. And I'm actually excited to share with you the books that I have right here that I want to finally read and get it off my list. So that's what this video is all about. Okay, starting with the first book. Technically, I'm not counting this as a TBR because I just bought it and I'm reading it right now. However, I want to say I have conflicting feelings on this, The Silent Patient. I'm reading it right now, but it's kind of slow at the beginning. I don't know why. Like, it's already caught my interest, but I'm having a hard time grasping it and like getting into the storyline behind it all. Yeah, I'm only on chapter 3, so I'm sure it's going to change because everybody who I've talked about this book with has said it is an amazing, amazing book. I think it's just a slow beginning for me. I don't know why, but I am determined to finish reading this. So I'm not going to wrap it just because it's my current read, but my goal is to finish it by the weekend. It's Thursday right now, so I want it finished by Saturday, Sunday at the latest. So starting with the top book. I went through a phase where I was working on myself, trying to do some self-love, so I bought the book Get Out of Your Head, and that was typically what I was focused on. However, I bought a lot of self-help books and I never got to reading this one, but I still think it has a good message, so I really want to read it just to see how I feel about it and whatnot. I feel a lot better in the place I am than I was when I was trying to work on myself, but I still really want to read this book because I've heard great things about it. The next one is It Ends With Us. So I read this, not fully, I read half of it, never finished it. You can even see where I bookmarked it with the receipt. I never finished it, and I don't know why, because it was an amazing book, like what I got through. I don't know if I got bored. I don't know if it's because I didn't like the way the romance in it was going. I really don't know why, because I thought it was a great, like, I purchased Verity. I read that in like 2 days. Amazing. 10 out of 10 recommend. By the same author, Colleen Hoover. But I don't know why. I never finished this book, so I'm determined to reread it and read the whole thing because I don't like starting a book, not reading it for like months and then going back to it. I like to start one book at a time, start to finish. So I'm gonna reread and finish this one. The next one is This Is How I'd Love You. Thought this was super cute. I loved the cover of this book. I'm not huge on romance. It's not my favorite genre of book. I'm more like mystery, thriller, things like that. But I am a sucker for a good romance, as long as it's not too cheesy or like classic Hallmark movie. Please no one come after me in the comments. I just like something that is unpredictable. I don't like being able to predict every little next thing that's gonna happen. But I really like the old-fashioned time, I don't know, atmosphere it was giving me looking at it. So I'm really excited to read this one. Yeah. but I just never got around to it, and I don't know why. None of these, I don't know why I purchased them and just never got to them. Nobody knows why they purchase a book and then never get to it. Hence, trying to fix the whole list of not having a TBR. But anyways, the next book is A Good Girl's Guide to Murder. And I bought this not long ago with the intent I was going to read it and finish the series because I'm pretty sure there's like 3 of them. I have all 3, but I didn't want to put all 3 in this because I'm going to be wrapping them, and if I grab the second book instead of the first or the third, that kind of doesn't make sense, so I only put the first one in here. Don't know why I didn't read this one sooner because a lot of people are talking about it also, but here I am. It's part of my TBR. Alright, the next one is Lady Killers. Like I said, I love true crime, mystery, I don't know. I love podcasts that work around that kind of thing, and serial killers are, you know, a part of that. So I thought it would be fascinating to hear it kind of from the female perspective. That's what I'm assuming this whole book is about. But it looks like every chapter, it talks about a different female serial killer. I can't talk today. Like, I can't. But I'm really fascinated to read this. Also, I loved the cover. I don't know why, but it really caught my eye. I just think it's interesting, the different tools that the women use. And I'm sure after I read the whole thing, every little one will like explain the cover as well as the different faces. So I just think this is going to be a very interesting read. Okay, we're getting halfway there. The next one is The Woman in the Window. This is an adult bestseller. This is also, I think, a thriller. Does it have to do? Yeah, it is a thriller. Also, I love thrillers. I love, like I just said multiple times, I love that kind of genre, but I don't know, I just never got to reading it. Don't know why. The cover wasn't really the most exciting for me, and I don't know if that's why I didn't grab it, because I don't know if it's like this for all book lovers or whatnot, but if it has a really beautiful, like, aesthetically pleasing or like a very interesting cover, I gravitate towards it more, even if I'm excited to read the story. If another one has like a more interesting cover, I'm gonna pick that one first, and then I always tell myself I'll go back to the other book, but I never have, hence why this is a part of my TBR. So I do want to read this because I think it's going to be very interesting, and it's a pretty lengthy book. It's about almost 450 pages, a little under that, but I am determined to read this because it is also a bestseller, which is always great. That means everyone who, or most people who read it, enjoyed it. Okay, the next book is I'm Still Here. I have not heard of this book at all. No one has recommended it. It wasn't on TikTok. But I love the cover. I loved the rose. I love the simplicity of it. And I don't know, it caught my eye. And I was just like, let me get out of my comfort zone because, like I said, romance, not my favorite. I don't hate it because I love a good romance book, but I'm very particular on them. And I don't know, I really love the cover of this one. That's why I think I gravitated towards it more. And I'm pretty sure I bought this from the Dollar Tree. They don't have a big book section. I barely ever get a book there, but I have gotten quite a handful, maybe like 5 or 6 in my lifetime. And I thought I liked the cover, so that was my motive to grab this. But yeah, I'm interested to read it. Okay, just 4 more. Okay, this one is The Haunted. The enemy is closer than you think. I thought the cover was insanely, like, fascinating. There's a house in the middle of nowhere. I think it's a little, I don't know if it's a little girl or an older female. It looks like a little girl to me. Like walking towards this house, and in the sky it's a giant skull. So again, it caught my eye. I wanted to read it. However, the thickness of it intimidated me. It only has about 450 pages as well. But I don't know. I love it. I love this book, and I love the trim because it's all black. The pages, I don't know. It's just like one of those I was so excited to grab and purchase, but I'm intimidated to read. I really don't have a reasoning behind it or why I feel that way. I can't even like think myself why I feel that way, but I did when I grabbed this. So it is a part of my TBR because this is one I've had for, I want to say, at least 2 years. And I've always had the intentions of reading it, but I have never grabbed it. So there we go with that one. The next book, and everyone is gonna hate me, especially if you're a Harry Potter fan. I'm a huge Harry Potter fan. I've read all the books. However, when Harry Potter and the Cursed Child came out, I purchased it thinking I was gonna read it right away. Somehow it ended up on my bookshelf and I never touched it, and I've had this for quite a while. And I don't know why, because I have always been a Harry Potter fan. I love Harry Potter. I could do any type of like quiz, get all the answers correct. I've had arguments with my friends on different theories. I have wands. I am a dork when it comes to Harry Potter, and I don't care. I take full claim towards it because I'm totally okay with that. But for whatever reason, I have never read this, and I am sick of looking at it and being like, why haven't I read this? So it is a part of my TBR, and I hope when I wrap them, I actually grab this one. I would be super excited. The next one is The Quality of Silence. I don't remember where I purchased this or why I did, but again, this is a thriller, a mystery. It's suspenseful, scary, and it's just up my alley. I didn't really care for the cover. It's really just, it looks like a Mack or a big truck, the front of it with the headlights, and like a dark atmosphere. So the cover really didn't catch my eye. It was more what it said on the back, but because it said The Quality of Silence, I was like, I wonder what that's about. And then I read the first little quote up here and it was telling me about it, and I was just like, I think I could get down with this book. But again, it was one of those that, I don't know, you purchase these books in the intent to read them, and then something happens, or because every time I go grocery shopping or I go out and I see a book section or I go to a bookstore, I at least pick up one book. So it's like my collection keeps stacking, and then it's like I'm not going towards the books that I've purchased prior. So my TBR just keeps stacking and stacking and stacking, and I keep getting more instead of purchasing so many, reading them, and going and purchasing more. I can't do that for whatever reason. It's just, I can't. I have to purchase a book. It's really bad for my wallet. The last book in my stack is At the Edge of Summer. Again, I feel like when I'm only 26, but I feel like when I was more of a teenager, I was more into the romance kind of era of my life, and I'm just not there anymore. I haven't been there. I've had this book for I don't even know how long, and I have never touched it. I went through a phase where that's all I wanted to do in high school was read, and then I started making friends, and I actually started having a life, and the reading stopped somewhat. And then I became a mom, and then I was like, you know what, I miss reading, so I started getting back into it, but I never went back to this book. And again, like I said, I'm not much of a romance person anymore. I'm not opposed to it, it's not what I gravitate towards immediately. So I think that's why I've never grabbed this book. But I do love the way like it's written. I love the pages. I love the font. I don't know. It's not that I'm not excited to read it, but it's not like one that I'm like, oh my god, I can't wait to read this. I can't wait to sit down with a hot chocolate, get with a blanket, and just get the book done and over with. Just get her done. I wasn't feeling that. So that's the stack of TBRs. I actually have more than this, but I'm trying to start small and then work my way up. And once I'm done reading these, I'm going to start on my next stack, but these are ones that I'm hoping I can finish before the end of December. I can really get through a book usually within 2 days because I do work full-time and I am in school, but I'm on break right now until next year. So I'm hoping I can get most of these, or if not all of them, read. So let's start by wrapping these bad boys. So here's the stack of books, and here are the 2 different types of wrapping paper. I got red with polka dots, and then I got one that says Merry Christmas. So I'm going to use these 2 to wrap all these up.
Every night I'm going on the grid, texting back, I want you. Hit you up, I'm on the other side. I miss you, miss you. Take you off, I came here way too strong. Cannot keep it low-key. Got me drugged, your pheromones hit the roof. Bottle your taste. It's really a bad reception out there. Where you heading? Why ain't gravity pulling you in closer to me? I've lost you, I need you, and you're off my radar now. I've lost you, telling you that I need you, but you're off my radar now. Found myself in between the lines, underneath your bed sheets. It started fun, but now I'm in too deep into this flow. A zero-sum game that I will lose. There's no zipping past it. Every time you walk away from me, I want you. How could I want you more? Or when did I lose my perspective? Oh God, have I lost it? But my cravings for you so shameless, can't get enough. I've lost you, but I need you, and you're off my radar now. I've lost you, telling you that I need you, but you're off my radar now. I'm like an outcast from...
Hey guys, it's the next day. I did not unwrap any of my TBR books that I wrapped yesterday because I wanted to kind of take a break, kind of forget what size book was what and what was wrapped in what wrapping paper. So it has been 24 hours and I am back to finish the whole wrapping, unwrapping TBR thing. So I have a little bucket here that I'm gonna put numbers 1 through 11 in because I have 11 books that I wrapped, and then I have colorful pens. So I'm basically just gonna put the little numbers in here, and then I'm going to pull 3 starting off with, and then after I read those 3 I'll pull 3 more numbers, but that's how I think I'm going to do it. So let's get to making those little note cards. Alright, I have all the numbers in the bucket, so I'm gonna go out to the living room and we're gonna start picking some. Alright, here's my stack. I did number them all, and here are the numbers, so I'm going to pull the first one.
Mom, Ellen. Mommy, Mom.
I got...
Mommy.
number 8.
Mom.
Yes, Bubby?
See?
Alright, I have to pick out 2 more numbers, so I'm gonna do that now. My dog just sneezed. Okay, so the first number, or technically the second number is 1. And then the next number is 7. don't know if you can see them, they're so light, but I promise those are the numbers. So I got 8, 7, and 1. So I'm gonna unwrap those now. Okay. Here's number 1. And it feels like a soft covered book. Smaller size. It doesn't feel as thick, but I can't honestly remember what it would be. Yes, okay, okay, this is starting off really good. I got a Good Girl's Guide to Murder, which I was actually really hoping I was gonna get. So I'm super excited to read this book right after I finish The Silent Patient. And then I need 7, which is also in red wrapping, and this feels like a hard book, but I don't remember what book is that thickness. So this is definitely, I believe, a romance book. I'm Still Here. I don't know why, but I'm not as thrilled to get this book, but that's the whole point of unwrapping TBRs, is to read the books that you keep putting on the back burner. So that's all right. I have one more to go. Number 8. Number 8 is blue wrapping. So this one is also a hard book, and it's bigger. If I had to guess, hardback. Oh shoot, I don't remember the hardback books that I wrapped. Okay, never mind. It's a hardcover, I do know that. Okay, so I got The Quality of Silence, which I'm not disappointed about, but I don't know what it is about the cover of this book, but it just doesn't get me excited. But it is a suspenseful, scary novel, so I should be into it because I like that area. I don't know, I really feel like the cover says a lot about a book, and this one's just not doing it for me, but who knows? Like they say, never judge a book by its cover, and that's exactly what I'm doing. So now that I've picked the 3 books, I'm going to talk a little bit about them and start reading. So this is basically about a murder, investigation, mystery, true crime, right up my alley. And I love the way it's written, the pages, the context. Even I love that it has dialogue in it, so this will probably be the first one that I read out of these 3. So the second book is I'm Still Here, but based on the rose, I'm assuming it's a romance. The back says, it's a moving love story. I'm Still Here beautifully shows how the steady, quiet power of a heart can sustain anyone who takes on impossible odds. Kind of vague, but I'm going to read it. I can do it. It's only 246 pages, so I am going to read it. Like I said, you can't judge a book by its cover, so I might really enjoy it. Who knows? But the last book is The Quality of Silence. Looks like this. And this one is also kind of like a true crime, mystery, thriller type. It says, I love The Quality of Silence. It was scary, suspenseful. I found myself shivering as if I were in Alaska with Ruby and her mother. It was everything you want in a wonderful novel. And these are just different comments from people who have read the book. Another one is, The Quality of Silence will have your heart thumping. Mindful pacing, plotting, understanding the grief of her winning rival. So I guess it has to do with 2 main characters is my assumption. Attacked Jack. Okay. Brand of suspense to a setting that might have attacked Jack London, a remote frontier of northern Alaska. It's an elegant, chilling read from the writer who continues to stretch the bounds of suspense. So I'm assuming there's a rivalry with two main characters.
Mommy.
But yeah, so I have two like mystery thrillers and then I have one romance. Shouldn't be too hard to read. Again, this isn't a seriously thick book either. It is 286 pages. Not bad. Hasn't even hit the 300 mark, so I know I can read all these probably within the next week or two. But I'm definitely starting with this one because honestly, this is the one I'm most excited for. So if you guys did enjoy this video, consider liking and subscribing for more content. It would make me so happy. And I'll keep you guys updated on how this goes and if I liked the whole experience with wrapping my to be read list. Yeah, and as always, I love you all so much. And I'll see you in my next video. Bye!
I'll stick like glue inside your mind. Just watch me breaking. You'll swear you're falling.